All right, today we're installing the bow cushion from Specialty Marine. I've got the one with the brown piping. Comes in a nice plastic wrap. Make sure when you're taking that out of the wrap, you cut carefully, either with a knife or scissors, that you don't damage your vinyl. Also, it comes with a pack of 10 snaps and screws. You're going to need either some 3M, like 5200 adhesive to apply the snaps to your boat, or if you want to use the screws instead, use like a silicone or a marine sealant like Life Caulk or the Total Boat marine sealant. And you'll need like a drill bit, probably 5/64 is a good size, or something similar, maybe even a 1/16 if you don't have that size. You just want to make sure that that drill bit is smaller than the screw body so that the threads have something to grab into. So a couple different options. Probably the hardest part is making sure you get the snaps lined up in the right spot on your boat. What I found is easiest is to make a template of where all the snaps are using some craft paper. You can get this from probably your local craft store, Hobby Lobby, something like that. Get a roll of this brown paper that's nice and large, wide enough, and cut it out to the size of the cushion. And then you can easily take a pen and find the exact center of the snaps, and then you can take that, put it on your boat, and line up exactly where you want to make sure that it's right, and then you can just use that to transpose the center points for where you're going to put all your snaps. I find it easiest when I cut this out to just take a pen, roll it out on top of it, take a pen, just go over the top, real easy to find the spot, to trace the outline of the cushion, and that way you're not taking scissors or a knife anywhere near the cushion when you're cutting it out. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how I trace this out. Helpful to have a couple helpers. I have my two of my wonderful kids here helping me out. We've got it rolled out. We've got it marked on the front and the back. I'm just going to take a pen. You can easily find, I just use the piping of it, and you can just go along here and just trace out the edge of your cushion. All right, we've got that side. I'll come around and do this side. Don't mean to block the camera. I just go right inside the piping. It's a real easy spot to keep your pen. Use your fingers to kind of guide you all the way down. All right, we got then both sides, and now I'm going to do the ends. All right, so now that I've got that marked, we'll cut it out. All right, so we're back. We've got the template cut out. We've got it laid out. It's helpful to have a couple of helpers to hold this down. Make sure it's all in the corners. Everything looks good. Then we're going to take your pen, and you can go around and you can find the center of every snap. It's got a hole in it, so you just work your way around. Put a hole right there in the middle of every snap. Seth, if you'll hold that way, buddy. There you go. All right, let me see here. I have something to look up here. All right. All right, let me find this one.
Good.
All right, hold that right there for me. All right, Seth, I got this side. We'll work our way down and around. You kind of feel where the snap is. Go right there in the middle. All right, Seth, if you'll come over here to this other side, I'll come this way. Just hold that right there. Try not to move it. You still line it up in the middle. Good.
Shadow.
All right, we're almost there. We just got a couple more. All right, is that 10? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. All right, so now we've got everything punched through. Just make sure everything is still in the right spot, and we'll take it up to the boat, and we'll transcribe these holes onto the boat.
Okay.
All right, so we're back up here on the boat. We've made our template. We've cut it to size, and we've marked the holes where the snaps were off the back of the cushion. So now we can lay that down here on the boat and mark where we want to put the holes. One thing I'd point out is depending on how you want to operate your bow locker. If you want to be able to open and close your bow locker without having to unsnap everything, it's possible, depending on which model you have, that you can that these side snaps will fit actually on the bow locker, or they may end up being on the edges. So if they're close, usually there's enough leniency in the straps on the back of the bow cushion that you can maybe move them just a little bit farther inset so that it actually can be attached to your bow locker. Especially, I'm going to have this on hinges so that it can fold up and down, so it might be convenient for me not to have to unsnap it every time. So just depending on your configuration, you can put them exactly where they stay. You can also move them slightly in onto your bow locker if that's useful for your application. So once I've got it down here, you mark it with the pencil where you're going to put your holes, and then we'll drill the holes and put the snaps. All right, we marked our holes. Now it's time to drill with a 5/64 drill bit everywhere that you've marked your snap locations. All right, so we've got our holes drilled. Assuming you're drilling the holes for these snaps, we use a little bit of good sealant, not 5200. If you're using screws, use something like Life Caulk or Total Boat marine sealant, some other type of good marine sealant. The purpose for this, if you're using screws, is not to be a bond, but it's just to seal that hole, so that if you want these off later, you can. If you went for the route of not drilling holes and you just want to use some 5200, you can use some that adhesive in here and lay them down. So if you're using the screws, you're just going to put a little bit of dab of that sealant right there on the hole. And then I would recommend doing it by hand so that you don't overdrive that hole and strip it out. It takes a little bit of effort, but it's not too bad. Go down just until it's good and snug, but not overly tight. All right, so we'll do that on all our holes, and then we'll come back and see how it fits. All right, so we've got all of our snaps screwed in, sealed up on around the bow locker and on the bow locker. So then it's just simply we come in here and snap everything down. I found it's easiest, start at the front, and you work your way around from the outside. You lay your cushion down, you come up here in the front, work your way around the edge. You can find a little spot. Work your way around, get them all snapped in, and you're good to go.